you can have it all. You can do it all. And sports is a vehicle. So we're all going to be in this vehicle, whether it's till the end of high school, to the end of college. I have been out of high school for 10 years now, and I'm still in this vehicle that is basketball, right? I've been blessed to play in the WNBA. I played for Chicago, Atlanta, and Dallas. I have played in Lebanon, Israel, Turkey, Australia, and China. I always forget a country. And I've been able to do these things largely because I'm an athlete, right? Like I've been able to travel the world for free. I've been able to see these different places. I played on USA basketball teams and gone to Spain and France. That's me when I got drafted, a little baby, fresh out of college. I was the 10th pick of the WNBA draft and the first WNBA player to be the daughter of a WNBA player. But yeah, like sports are a vehicle. This you can drive this car as long as you want, but you got to make sure that you're taking stuff with you and you're putting stuff in the trunk, right? First and foremost is your education. The school will get 4 to 5 years out of you, maybe 6, depending on injuries or whatever. And they're going to get those. They're going to get those years, right? You're going to play for the school. You're going to represent the school, and they're going to get everything they can out of you, right? The NCAA, that's a different conversation, but they're going to get what they want. So it's important for you to get the same thing back. Like it is a bargain. Right? You get a free education and they get your talent. They get your name. They get everything you bring to the university. So make sure you get your education first and foremost. I know and I think it's a little less common with women athletes because we understand kind of like we're not graduating to millions of dollars, right? Most of us, there's tennis, there's golf. But for me in the WNBA, right, like our max salary is $215,000. It's amazing money, especially because I'm working 5 months out of the year, but I'm not retiring from that. I have to understand how to manage my money. I have to figure out what I'm going to do long term. And having a degree is very relevant. But I know so many male athletes that don't take advantage of the free education because they're not encouraged to, right? The school wants them to be great athletes, so they don't put them in the harder classes. They put them in the fun classes and the classes that are easy to pass. And at the end of the 4 years, the school has 4 years of you and your name, but you don't have your degree. And what happens then, right? And I understand how easy it is to get sucked into the fact of I'm going to be a professional athlete because I went to the University of Texas. And for kind of context, I dated a football player while I was in college. And I remember kind of just preaching the same conversation to him and him being like, no, I'm going pro. And me trying to explain like, look, 2% of college athletes go pro. Mind you, my brother's a pro, my mom's a pro, my aunt was a pro, but the numbers are still the same, right? For him, the first year Texas football didn't have a player in NFL draft was like 2013 or something, since the inception of the NFL draft. So as much as I could preach this to him, he's like, yeah, but the guy that played in front of me last year is in the league. The guy I came here, they recruited me is in the league. Like, right, it's a different conversation because you're like, yeah, that's 2%, but it doesn't apply to me, right? So you have to be very cognizant of the fact that I have a dog. So if you hear her in the background, sorry. But you have to be very cognizant of the fact that, yes, I may go pro, but what do you have to fall back on? Because like I said, sports are a vehicle. You're going to have to get out of it, right? We're going to have to get out of this vehicle. We're going to have to do something else at some point. And so many of us don't know what to do when we're not athletes because we haven't worked on being those people, right? We haven't worked on just being somebody other than an athlete.